Good day, viewers. This is Flip TV News. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide. First, the top stories. Now to the news in details. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has postponed the Adamawa governorship election result from local government till noon. The State Collation Officer, Professor Mohammed Mele, and the Adamawa Resident Electoral Commissioner, Mr. Yakubu Ari, disclosed this on Monday after the collation of results from 20 out of the 21 local government areas. He said that the excuse was postponed to enable verification of the result from the Forture local government area, which were snatched. Shortly before the shift, agents of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the All Progressives Congress urged INEC to ensure justice in the collation of the result before the declaration. It was reported that security agencies were also deployed to major roads in the state capital to ensure security, following a protest by some political thugs in the metropolis after the adjournment. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on Monday has declared the governorship election in Kebbi State as inconclusive. The election was keenly contested by the two giant political parties, the All Progressives Congress, APC, and the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The collation and returning officer of the election, Professor Yusuf Saidu of the Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, announced the position at the collation center situated at INEC headquarters in Benin, Kebbi. He said there was cancellation in 20 of the 21 local government areas of Kebbi State, cutting across a number of registration areas in the different polling units. He noted that they had no option but to refer to the electoral laws on page 31 of the Electoral Act 2022, Section 51, Subsection 2 and 3 for guidance. According to him, the law reads in quote, "Where the number of votes cast in an election in any polling unit exceeds the number of accredited voters in that polling unit, the presiding officer shall cancel the result of the election in that polling unit." Subsection 3 of Section 51 also states that where the result of an election is cancelled in accordance with subsection 2, there shall be no return for the election until another poll has taken place in the affected polling unit. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has declared Governor Abdullahi Sule and candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, the winner of governorship election in Nasarawa State. Professor Ishaya Tanko, the INEC State Collation Officer and Returning Officer, made the declaration on Monday in Lafia at the Nasarawa State Collation Center. The INEC Returning Officer said that the APC candidate polled a total of 347,209 votes to defeat his closest opponent, David Ombugadu, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, who got 283,016 votes. In 2019, Sule won the governorship election by polling 327,229 votes to defeat Mr. Paul Ombugadu of the PDP, who scored 184,281 votes. Mr. Labaran Maku of the All Progressives Grand Alliance polled a total of 132,784 votes at the election. The result indicated that APC won in 11 out of 13 local government areas of the state. Governor Amadu Fintiri and candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, is currently leading his closest rival, Aishatu Dahiru Binani of the All Progressives Congress, with 35,617 votes. This is according to the result from 20 out of the 21 local government areas of the state, declared by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) at the State Collation Center in Yola. The result of Future local government area are being awaited. Out of the 20 local government areas declared so far, PDP won in 13, polling 401,115 votes, while APC in 7 with 365,498 votes. The Labour Party and its governorship candidate in Enugu State, Chijioke Iduoga, have petitioned INEC against the result from Nkanu East local government area, saying that BVAS was not used in election in the council. Meanwhile, both Labour Party supporters and PDP supporters have staged protests in front of INEC office in Enugu State for and against the admission of Nkanu East results. In the meantime, Iduoga, the candidate, has formally sent a petition to INEC over the Nkanu East Council results, demanding the rejection of the result. He said elections there were not conducted online. With the 2022 Electoral Act, as the BVAS was not in use. They alleged that there were manipulations of the electoral process, especially over voting and voter suppression. It was alleged that only about 15,000 votes that were genuinely recorded in Kanu East Council. The senior pastor and general overseer of Omega Fire Ministries International, Apostle Johnson Suleiman, said that Nigeria is not in any way practicing democracy. The clergyman said that the two elections recently conducted in Nigeria have proven that the permanent voters card used to cast votes during the election is useless. The clergyman stated this while preaching in his church on March 11. He slammed politicians for using thugs to snatch ballot boxes during the elections. He also kicked against the tribal sentiment expressed during the election, saying that no one pays tax based on their ethnicity, and so the issue of ethnicity during election should never have arisen. He also urged Nigerian youth not to be discouraged by the outcome of the elections. He said that what he knows for a fact is that what is built on a false foundation can never stand. On the foreign scene, South African security forces have said that 87 people have been arrested in the last 12 hours across the country over public violence, before planned protests by the left-wing Economic Freedom Fighters Party, EFF. The EFF, which is the third largest party in the country, has called for a national shutdown to protest crippling power cuts and demand the resignation of President Cyril Ramaphosa. The port and Parliament border crossing and the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, among others, will be targeted as key protesting points, Malema has said. The party draws heavy support among poor and working-class black South Africans who feels left out of the country's prosperity since the governing African National Congress (ANC) ended white minority rule in 1994. Authorities said there would be a heavy police presence to deal with any possible violence as well. Meanwhile, the parliament said in a statement on Sunday that the South African military would deploy 3,474 soldiers for a month until April 17 to prevent and combat crime in cooperation with the police. In sports, Barcelona has snatched a 2-1 Clasico win over Real Madrid, with Frank Kessie's late goal on Sunday to move 12 points clear at the summit of the La Liga rankings. The victory dent Madrid's ambition to retain the title and leave the Catalans close to lifting the trophy for the first time since 2019. Carlo Ancelotti's Real Madrid took the lead through a Ronald Araujo's own goal, but Barcelona pulled level when Sergio Roberto tucked home just before the halftime. Both sides had chances to win the game as Marco Asensio struck for Madrid, but the goal was ruled off by VAR before Alejandro Balde set up Kessie in the 92nd minute. Madrid joined Spanish prosecutors' complaint against Barcelona last week, and their president Florentino Perez snubbed the game for the first time in over 20 years amid rising tensions between the two Spanish giants. That fed the match intensity both on and off the pitch in Xavi's sixth Clásico as Barcelona's coach, but only his first at Camp Nou. Xavi asked fans to make the stadium a pressure cooker, and the responded, selling it out, whistling Madrid in possession and conjuring one of the best atmospheres of the season. Real Madrid did not manage a single shot on target in their Copa del Rey semi-final first leg defeat by Barcelona earlier in March, but Karim Benzema stung Marc-Andre ter Stegen's palms inside the first minute. That's all for now. We'll be back with more news updates. You're watching Flip TV. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Flip TV for more amazing content and news updates. Bye for now.